Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
Now a throw here to his running back. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Burrow will throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 on their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Throwing on 2nd down. Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here we go.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Here's Burrow. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Quentin Williams. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Hall to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On the move past the 40, and he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Here we go, here we go. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Room here to run. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Ball again on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of play.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are once again back in front.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Here we go. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Burrow looking to pass.
Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Mixon with a first down carry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go, 13 yards remaining on second down.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Quentin Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their block.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Scotty Miller, 29 yards. And the Bengals have yet again retaken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 17-14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Here's Wilson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Ball again on second down. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will tie things at 17-all. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be fielded inside the 5. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Now Burrow on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs, and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst from 13 yards out. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie us at 24. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite. Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Third and 2, now Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Tackled by Ashton Davis up from the secondary.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
To throw on second and 6.
Burrow, he'll check this down to Johnson.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On one, ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. They'll let this go for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quinnen Williams, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And the drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. On the counter, it's Hall. A little juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson. 50 yards. And the Jets strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and through. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
This offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard in the last timeout. Now Burrow loses the football.
And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Straight ahead is Hall.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
One more time with Hall.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but then it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for a sack.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Jets, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's just their 2nd loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.